You may have believed that eating fruit every day is a safe and healthy choice. For years, we've all been taught that fruit is nature's gift, packed with vitamins, fiber, and natural sweetness that could do no harm. And while that may hold true for younger individuals, it's a very different story after the age of 60 or 70. As you age, silent changes begin to take place inside your body. Your blood vessels become less flexible, your heart doesn't pump as efficiently, and your liver and kidneys struggle more to process sugar, potassium, fats, and overall metabolism. Yet, at the very stage when your body becomes most sensitive and vulnerable, certain fruits, often seen as healthy, can quietly strike harmful blows to your heart and brain every single day. I understand this may be shocking to hear, but today I must speak the truth. There are 5 specific fruits that if you were over 60, especially if you have cardiovascular issues, high blood pressure, kidney problems, or are taking blood pressure medication, you need to be more cautious than ever before. These fruits don't just spike your blood sugar. They can also raise your blood fat levels, trigger irregular heart rhythms, and in serious cases, even set off a heart attack or stroke shortly after eating. And the third fruit on this list, you might be consuming it daily, unaware that it's one of the biggest contributors to your weakening heart. That's why I urge you, please watch this video until the end, because this isn't just a list, it's a medical alert, and it may save your life or the life of someone you love. Fruit number 1, bananas. The first fruit on this list may seem harmless, but has sparked significant controversy in the medical community: bananas. I understand many older adults enjoy bananas. They're soft, easy to digest, require little chewing, and have long been considered a symbol of healthy eating. Some people eat bananas every morning as an essential part of their breakfast, even believing it's their secret to staying healthy. But there's one important truth you need to understand. After age 60 or 70, our bodies no longer process nutrients the way they once did, especially when it comes to foods high in potassium, like bananas. A medium banana contains approximately 400 to 450 milligrams of potassium. For younger individuals, this amount poses no issue. But for older adults, particularly those taking blood pressure medications, potassium-sparing diuretics, or living with chronic kidney disease, this becomes a serious health risk. As kidney function begins to decline, the body loses its ability to effectively eliminate excess potassium. This leads to potassium building up in the bloodstream, a condition known as hyperkalemia. The danger of hyperkalemia lies in its subtlety. It often presents with no obvious symptoms. You may simply feel slightly fatigued, experience an irregular heartbeat, or feel mildly anxious, easily dismissed. However, once blood potassium levels exceed 5.5 millimoles per liter, you are entering the danger zone. If they rise above 6.5 millimoles per liter, you are in emergency territory. At that point, even a modest potassium surge can disrupt your heart's electrical rhythm, leading to sudden cardiac arrest, silently, without warning. There have been many tragic cases where seniors collapsed after a seemingly healthy breakfast: a glass of orange juice, 2 bananas, and a slice of toast. But in reality, the high potassium combined with the sugar from ripe bananas delivered a biological shock to the cardiovascular system. I'm not telling you to stop eating bananas, but I urge you, eat them wisely. Avoid overly ripe, mushy bananas with black spots, as both potassium and sugar levels are highest at that stage. If you are taking blood pressure medication, potassium-sparing diuretics, or have been diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, you must talk to your doctor before including bananas in your daily diet. And if you still want to enjoy bananas, start with half a banana at a time. Eat it after a full meal, and always combine it with high-fiber or protein-rich foods to slow absorption. Because after the age of 60, every small food decision you make may be the line between a healthy heart and a silent, unexpected cardiac arrest. Fruit number 2, grapes.
If you believe that mildly sweet fruits like grapes are harmless, please pause and listen carefully to this part. Grapes, small, juicy, refreshing, are often chosen by older adults as a healthy alternative to candy or a dessert. Easy to eat, easy to digest, compact and convenient, grapes seem like the perfect snack for those aiming to eat healthily while still enjoying delicious flavors. But behind this innocent appearance, grapes are in fact a sugar trap that many seniors are unknowingly falling into every day. Grapes contain a high amount of fructose, a simple sugar that is absorbed directly by the liver. In younger individuals, fructose can be quickly converted into energy. However, once you're over 60, that metabolic efficiency significantly declines. The liver can no longer process excess fructose effectively, and most of it is converted into triglycerides, a type of fat found in the bloodstream. This is particularly dangerous because elevated triglycerides can thicken artery walls, promote atherosclerosis, restrict blood flow, and become one of the leading risk factors for stroke and heart attack. Many people focus on cholesterol, but forget that high triglycerides can be even more dangerous, mainly because they rarely cause obvious symptoms. Every time you eat a bowl of grapes, you're consuming a substantial amount of sugar without any accompanying fiber to slow down its absorption. Moreover, grapes have a relatively high glycemic index, ranging from 59 to 65, depending on ripeness, which means that after eating, your blood sugar levels spike rapidly and then crash just as quickly. This fluctuation can destabilize blood pressure, trigger palpitations, rapid heartbeat, and feelings of unease, particularly risky for those with a history of arrhythmia. And let's be honest, how often do people eat grapes in moderation? Grapes are commonly consumed by the bunch or bowl, often mindlessly while watching TV or reading, and that's when the sugar intake far exceeds what the body actually needs without you even realizing it. The result? Elevated blood fats, increased blood pressure, heart rhythm disturbances, and post-meal fatigue with no clear explanation. So, should you eliminate grapes entirely from your diet? Not necessarily, but tighter control is essential. Only eat grapes after a full meal, in small amounts, around 5 to 10 grapes at most, and never eat them on an empty stomach. And most importantly, avoid combining grapes with other sweet fruits into a single fruit salad bowl, because that's when your heart becomes overloaded with sugar, triggering erratic heartbeats, blood pressure fluctuations, and overstimulation of the sympathetic nervous system. At this stage in life, the real choice is no longer just what you eat, but how much, when, and how you eat it. Because one careless choice, even a seemingly harmless fruit, can quietly ignite the spark that leads to a life-threatening stroke.
Fruit 3. Watermelon. On hot summer days, nothing feels more refreshing than a slice of juicy, sweet red watermelon. For older adults, it's not just a thirst quencher, it's a symbol of comfort, lightness, and seemingly harmless indulgence. But the reality tells a different story. Watermelon is a unique fruit, not only because of its high sugar content, but also because it contains a bioactive compound called citrulline, an amino acid that promotes vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels. At first, this might sound beneficial, since dilated vessels help lower blood pressure. However, for individuals already taking antihypertensive medication or living with cardiovascular conditions, the combination of citrulline from watermelon and vasodilating drugs can cause a sudden drop in blood pressure, leading to dizziness, lightheadedness, or even fainting. I've witnessed numerous seniors experience blurred vision or weakness after lunch that included watermelon, attributing it to the heat. But in fact, excessive vasodilation can push blood pressure below safe levels. The heart, already weakened by age, has to compensate by beating faster, which causes palpitations, restlessness, or shortness of breath. Moreover, watermelon lacks fiber and protein, so sugar from the fruit is absorbed extremely quickly into the bloodstream.
You might think eating watermelon is a good way to stay hydrated, but what you're really taking in is mostly sugar, which forces your heart to work harder than it should. I'm not saying you have to give up watermelon entirely, but if you're on blood pressure medications, vasodilators, or have experienced heart rhythm disorders, caution is essential. Only consume a small portion after a full meal and never treat watermelon as a standalone snack. Avoid eating it during extremely hot weather or when your body is sweating heavily, as your blood pressure is already naturally lowered at that time, and watermelon could lower it further. And if you've ever felt tired, dizzy, or experienced a racing heartbeat after eating watermelon, don't dismiss it. Consider it a warning sign from your body, because sometimes even a sweet, refreshing slice of watermelon can become the slippery slope that leads to a sudden, unexpected stroke.
Fruit number 4, durian. If watermelon represents cooling refreshment, then durian is its rich, indulgent counterpart, creamy, intense, and utterly captivating. For many older adults across Asia, durian is not just a fruit, it's a pleasure, a nostalgic delicacy of old age. But beneath its spiky exterior and distinctive aroma lies a surprising truth. Durian is one of the highest fat fruits in nature, particularly in terms of saturated fat. Just 100 grams of durian can contain 3 to 5 grams of fat, most of which are saturated fats, the very kind that elevate LDL cholesterol, often called the bad cholesterol. This is especially concerning for individuals over 60, when blood vessels begin to stiffen, lose elasticity, and become more vulnerable to the harmful effects of elevated blood lipids. Consuming durian regularly, especially in large quantities, can cause LDL to accumulate and stick to arterial walls, forming plaques, narrowing the vessel lumen, reducing blood flow to the heart and brain, and, over time, increasing the risk of serious complications such as heart attacks and strokes. But that's not all. Durian is not only high in fat, it is incredibly calorie-dense and naturally high in sugar. A 100-gram serving of durian can provide 140 to 160 calories, 2 to 3 times more than most common fruits. This dangerous combination of saturated fat and high sugar creates a pro-inflammatory environment in the bloodstream. It damages the endothelium, the inner lining of the blood vessels. And when that lining becomes inflamed, the body tries to patch it up with more cholesterol, thus accelerating the cycle of plaque buildup and artery narrowing. The risks are even greater if you are taking cholesterol-lowering medications or blood pressure medications, as your body is already in a fragile state of balance. A sudden spike in blood lipids can cause the heart to react abnormally, possibly triggering arrhythmias or even a cardiac event. There's another factor that's often overlooked. Durian has a heating nature in traditional medicine. Eating too much durian doesn't just make you feel warm, it can raise your heart rate and core temperature. For a weakened heart, these changes can lead to sensations of restlessness, palpitations, and shortness of breath, especially if durian is eaten at night or consumed alongside alcohol, meat, or protein-rich foods. That's why many older adults have reported feeling overheated or experiencing an unusually fast heartbeat after just a few segments of durian, without ever suspecting that fruit could be the culprit. I don't deny the unique, beloved flavor of durian, but if you truly care about your heart, it's time to treat durian the way you would fatty meats or deep-fried foods. Not something to eliminate entirely, but something that demands strict control. A few small bites, eaten slowly, occasionally, may be acceptable. But if you're eating whole segments, doing so weekly, or treating durian as a regular dessert, you are silently overworking your heart. And one day, it may simply give out.
Fruit number 5, mango. Sometimes sweetness can kill. Mangoes are beloved for their gentle sweetness, soft texture, and fragrant aroma. But if you're over 60, especially if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or high blood lipids, mangoes could be a hidden danger. A single ripe mango can contain 45 to 50 grams of sugar, the equivalent of 10 to 12 teaspoons of refined sugar. This sugar not only spikes your blood glucose, but also burdens your liver, which converts the excess into triglycerides, a dangerous type of blood fat that hardens and narrows your arteries. Mangoes also have a relatively high glycemic index, which causes your heart to work harder to regulate blood sugar levels. This can lead to palpitations and a rapid heartbeat, especially risky if you suffer from arrhythmias. Eating mangoes the wrong way, such as on an empty stomach or blended into juice, causes even faster sugar absorption, delivering a biological shock to both your heart and brain. I'm not saying you must avoid mangoes completely, but you should eat less, only after a full meal, never blended or juiced, and certainly not every day. Because at this age, how you eat becomes more important than what you eat. And sometimes that sweet, innocent mango could be quietly weakening your heart, one day at a time.
How to eat fruit the right way and keep your heart strong. We've just gone through 5 familiar fruits: bananas, grapes, watermelon, durian, and mango, all commonly believed to be healthy. But the truth is, after the age of 60, your body no longer processes them the way it used to. Blood sugar rises faster, blood vessels weaken, and your heart tires more easily. If you continue eating the way you did when you were younger, foods that once nourished you could now quietly trigger a heart attack or stroke. So how can you still enjoy fruit without sacrificing your health? First, reduce the quantity. You don't need to give it up entirely. If you used to eat 1 whole mango, now have just a third. Eat 5 to 10 grapes, not the whole bunch. Second, always eat fruit after a full meal, never on an empty stomach. When your stomach is empty, sugar absorbs fastest, and your heart bears the brunt of the impact. Third, avoid blending or juicing fruits. When you break down natural fiber, sugar enters your bloodstream just like soda or energy drinks. Fourth, choose fruits with low glycemic index and rich in antioxidants, such as apples, pears, grapefruit, blueberries, and strawberries. Finally, learn to listen to your body. If you feel your heart racing, experience palpitations, or feel anxious after eating fruit, don't ignore it. That could be your body's early warning signal. Your heart has quietly kept you alive for decades. Now it's time to return the favor by making wiser choices every day, starting with the fruit on your plate. If you found what I've shared useful, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your parents, grandparents, or anyone over 60 whom you love. Because even 1 banana, 1 bowl of grapes, or 1 glass of mango smoothie, if consumed the wrong way, could stop their heart without warning. And if you are already in that age group, I'm asking you, please don't be complacent. It's never too late to start caring for your heart again. Every smart choice you make today could be the very reason you're still alive tomorrow. Eat fruit like someone who respects their body, not just out of habit. And if something in you shifts after watching this video, leave a comment. I'm here to listen, support, and walk with you on your journey to a longer, stronger, and clearer life, one day at a time.